Hello everyone, and welcome to Speed Hunter Takes on This War of Mine. I was actually a bit hesitant about buying this game originally. It's not, this is really not my type of game. It's a side scroller. The reason I bought it was the storyline sort of captured me. It's rather than playing the shooter, you're the actual people that are trying to actually survive the war, which is a different perspective than what we're normally used to. So I picked it up, installed it. Now, some people are having a few resolution problems, and I'm one of those people. I run multi-monitors, and the game tends to struggle that not all the resolution settings are there, say for 1920 by 1080, that those settings aren't there. I'm pretty sure they will update it. The options for this game are pretty basic. Now, for this week's video, I've chosen to actually go through and actually play the game, and I'm actually doing this actual recording is just separate from the video, because this game does tend to have its moments where it can be sort of quiet. You can end up just, lingering around and not doing a whole lot, and it makes it a bit hard to do a commentary playthrough when we have moments like that. And rather than start it right from the start, I've decided to go right into day 31 around there and start it from there so you can see what it's like further into the game, because anybody can shoot a video from the start of the game. Now, I ended up left with, you start with 4 survivors, sometimes you might start with 2, the game sort of randomizes it, and the hardest part with this game is managing your food supply. You need to have food to keep the survivors alive. But at night you can go out and scavenge, and only one person from the group can be sent out each night to scavenge, and you either have your other people resting or guarding or whatever other tasks you want to set them on. Now, you'll see here I'm actually scavenging at the moment. You go through and I'm actually stealing. This is actually somebody's private property I'm taking, so it actually belongs to somebody. The game, the part that took me a little while to get used to is the way that the game has a sort of a sketch pencil look to it. There is an option where you can change it to sort of like a soft or harsh look, and that takes a little bit of getting used to, and also the zoom. Like, you can zoom in and out, but for me, I couldn't quite zoom in close enough. Sometimes I want to be really close, and sometimes I want to be really far away. It depends what you're doing. And now, see, it's after that scavenging session, it's actually returning back to the house or your base or whatever you want to call it. This is where you pretty much live while the war's going on around you. And here you can have, you need to collect materials to make beds, ovens, all sorts of stuff. They do get fatigued, but again, it falls victim to what most games do, and that's food. It always comes down to food. You can see here that there's a lot of items that you can make, everything from radios, guitars, chairs, beds, you name it, you can pretty much make it. And plus, you need to have the items to actually be able to make, or I should say supplies to to make those items. So if you want to make a bed, you need to have wood and various other materials. Weapons, that you can make weapons, find weapons, steal weapons, but I made it up to day 35 without even needing a weapon. I think I only beat, what did I do? I only punched one person and he turned around, stabbed me and killed me, so that's why I've got these 2 survivors left. I originally started out with 4. So it depends who you come across. The game does tend to randomise it. You might come across them, they might be friendly, want to trade, that sort of thing, and then you go back there and they're hostile and they're like a different person. You do get these visitors, and sometimes they will like offer you a little, like, sort of a side job. I guess that's what you could call it, a side mission that you don't actually participate in. It sort of removes a member of your group for a certain amount of time while they go off and help a person. And when they come back, they usually come back with like some sort of a reward. Now this guy here that you can see, he's like a trade kind of person who comes to your door and he's got items. And you can trade with him if you urgently need something. And you can see here that I want a lot of wood and a lot of materials. This is because at this stage of the game I'd actually encountered winter and it was getting -2 degrees, so I actually found myself with a shortfall of wood because one of my characters was terminally ill, and this lady here, she was not well either, if I recall properly. She was actually suffering from some sort of a cold, but it gradually started to escalate and get worse. And you don't want to give away too much. You can work it out, like, to a point where you've just given them enough. It'd be nice to, I think a good addition for this game would be the ability to actually send out more than one person on a scavenging run, because like I said, you do start out sometimes, I have to state that you do start out sometimes with 4 people. There has been a time that I've started out with only 2 people, and it can be helpful sending out more than one person to scavenge if you have the people there, because occasionally you get people that will come to your front door and they'll want to join your group, and it's up to you. You can send them away. I've done that. I've sent people away. I've accepted people in. Here you can see I've got the fireplace going, and the temperature's slowly rising back up, which is good. And I think this is where I was trying to craft a guitar. When I went to the elderly residence, downstairs I had this locked area and there was a busted guitar in there, so I actually took it back, and it's actually a personal goal. I actually wanted to see what it took to craft it and what it sounded like once it was crafted. So yeah, I'm actually just grabbing enough stuff so I can finish off crafting it. I have not crafted a gun. That was my original goal for this round of play, but it never worked out. I could never get enough of certain items. I did have a broken machine gun or rifle, but I didn't have the option to build it. I had an option for the pistol and a shotgun, but I hadn't found the broken version of the pistol, and I did not find the broken version of the shotgun, so couldn't really craft a weapon. And when you're out scavenging, you have to really watch the people with guns, because it doesn't take a whole lot to kill you. And she's moving quite slow. I'm pretty sure she is quite ill at this stage of the game. And they don't all get ill. I think this was my own fault for not having a fireplace to actually keep them warm. Because when she arrived, she wasn't sick. He's been sick for quite some time, I think. Day 25, I think he first got sick. And then he just deteriorated because I was unable to go out and actually scavenge for any medication to try and help him feel better. And they will fight with each other. You get people that will leave the group. And see, there's days in the game, and once the day ends, you don't have control over the people that you may as well say are sleeping. So while you're out scavenging, those people are sleeping, so you sort of can't control them. And you'll probably see that in the gameplay. And that's me with a random screenshot as per usual. And you'll notice she can actually play the guitar, which is good. Just thought I'd give you a bit of silence so you could hear what's going on there. So you can see my characters are quite ill. You can't send them out when they're extremely sick. And yeah, they both had to sleep. It's just simple as that. There's nothing you can do about it. And when you go through the day changeover, people will like rage or camp and stuff like that, and occasionally you'll come back and somebody's been stabbed or they've been fighting with each other. Or maybe they all got drunk and they beat down on each other. Yeah, so after I got the girl to play the guitar, I thought, maybe he should give it a crack because he was quite depressed. So I thought this might make him feel better. Well, if we have a listen. Turns out he cannot play it. So only certain characters can play the instruments, which is different. Like I said, the game has a unique perspective in... I didn't say that right, but who gives a shit. Yeah, I don't know, I found it really different, and to be honest, I did find it quite addictive. I think I played it there for 3 hours straight. It's really easy to get involved in the game, but occasionally you will come across those quiet spots, and you do tend to think, yeah, this is starting to get a little bit boring, but if you hang in there, you'll be fine. And you can hear she's playing the guitar again, and I sent him upstairs to go do something else. Alright, here we go. See, this guy wants some help with something, so this is sort of this will take your character away for a certain amount of time while you go help this person with a job. And it's up to you, you don't have to do it, but I don't know, I tend to send them off as one person less you have to worry about. The only thing I didn't really consider the fact that he was seriously ill. And now she's left there on her own on day 33. And there's a few minor bugs, but there's no, well, for me, I have read people were having a few issues, but for me there was no game-breaking bugs. It took a little bit of mucking around to get the screen resolution right, but I just whacked it in windowed mode, and just manually adjusted the screen size to where I wanted it, which is pretty much, you can probably see the way this is recorded, because it's, I know, yeah. What is my resolution? My resolution is 5760 by 1080, and it's awkward trying to put that onto YouTube. You've got to trim it and cut it, and it's a lot of mucking around. But no, overall I was quite happy with how the game played. The price was right for this sort of a game. I don't know how much I would play it, because these games I tend to play for a short period of time. But yeah, if you're into a side scroller, I would suggest buying it. That's here we go. This is where she passes away from her illness. So you've been rated, and I didn't make it any further than that. But I managed to survive 35 days, which is up there. It's pretty decent, and there are Steam achievements that go with this game. Some are easy to get, some are harder to get. There are no trading cards. I don't know if they plan to introduce them or not, but it's a side scroller. It's fun. It's different. And if you're considering getting it, well, you've got to ask yourself if this is your style of game. It's a personal choice, really, but I'd suggest getting it if you're into side scrollers. You want a different perspective from running around and shooting people, and you're into the survival aspect. Why not? Jump onto Steam. I'll put a link down in the comment section, and just jump on there and purchase yourself a copy and give it a go yourself. So this is Speed Hunter taking on this war of mine, and until next time, I'll catch you later.